Honey, let me tell you something. The way that Birkin has gambled with Lisa's heart and won, he won in craps, y'all. Let's talk about it.
A sweet old auntie. Thank you, subscribers, and my nieces and nephews, and all of y'all who have been here through the long haul. Shall we get into it? Oh, yes, we shall. It's time for auntie advice. It's time for auntie advice. Oh, yeah. It's time for auntie advice.
Hey, everybody. This is Auntie. I have split these videos up simply because I'm going to be talking too long and I don't want it to be an hour-long video. I want y'all to be able to get in here and get on out, okay? So, welcome everybody to Auntie's Advice. Y'all, let's talk about 90-Day Fiance before the 90 days. Season 8, episode 19, something departure. I don't know. Now departing, that's what it was called. Okay. So, look, y'all. So, we have been watching this stuff play out. One of the worst and the best things that ever happened for Laura was Michael arriving to Turkey. Because at this point, it absolutely gave Birkin the upper hand on this relationship. This is what he had been looking for the whole entire time. Thank you, TC, Miss TJ. Thank you, boo. Welcome back, Ray Della. Hello there. Hi, everybody. Y'all. Okay, so look. Y'all know I got to put this on. I had to put this on, okay? Y'all look. So we're looking at this. In the beginning, Laura had the upper hand. She was the one that found out that Birkin basically had debt coming out his crack. He didn't have a job, a place to stay, anything. But because she was playing stupid games, she ended up getting stupid prizes out of this relationship. She did not tell him the truth about Michael because she gave a sorry excuse saying that she thought that if, Birkin would try to break up the relationship between the two of them, if he had found out, right, that she was lying and really was the one that was interested in him. He ended up finding out by default. And because, excuse me, y'all, he kept pressing Michael, and Michael just finally told him, look, I didn't come on to her. She came on to me. And so now, kid, we find ourselves today at this point, right, in this little fork in the road. Birkin uses it to his advantage, puts her out of her own hotel room, and makes her grovel and come back on her knees, right? So the whole time that she was trying to use Michael to make Birkin mad, Birkin used Michael to make her mad and make her insecure about whether or not he was going to stay in the relationship. He worked this out like a charm, right? And so now here we are. The two of them, are getting up. They, reunited. She's happy and all that kind of stuff, right? Of course, we all know that the romance novel did not end the way that she thought that the romance novel was going to end. And so now she is stuck in between a rock and a hard place where she's basically kissing his behind. Okay, she is kissing his behind to stay in this relationship. And he said, I wanted her to see how it felt, right? Not sleeping with me anymore, not having me cuddle her because her money and all that kind of stuff can't cuddle her at night. I be got him, okay? There's ways where that money can cuddle you, sweetie. But anyway, I digress. We're going to move on. So here the two of them are back together. They reunited and they are, going down. He surprises her. They get up in the morning. Of course, everything that they're eating and drinking is on her dime. And the two, he says that he's going to take her to the soccer field. So he takes her down to the soccer field and he is kicking the ball. He got it up on the back of his shoulder. Like he's just pulling out all the bells and whistles and all the stops, right? And so she's impressed with it. She sees him as this, athlete. But what she does not realize is that that man is dead. Right now, he has this little soccer ball and stuff like that, and he is having a great time. But again, it's all on her dime, and he's doing it while she's still there. It is so unfortunate, right? That she absolutely played herself. It couldn't have happened to a better person, in my opinion, that she would go out there and play herself, but that's exactly what she did. And so now, Beer Can stops, flipping the ball and all of that, and he starts with the sweet nothings. And he says that, he pulls out a ring, out a ribbon. Y'all know I'm being shady. He pulls out a red ribbon. This woman who had it all going on, who felt like her money gave her the upper hand, is at this point groveling for this man, and she's excited for this man who has nothing to make her feel like something. How absolutely disgusting I thought that this was, y'all. He takes a ring, puts a ring on her finger, and says, "Do you want to be, to continue our love? Will you marry me?" And the sad part about it is the way that she was looking into his eyes. She was she absolutely had the face of a woman who was completely in love. And she said, yes. He said, the reason why they use this ring finger, or they call this the ring finger, because this is the only finger that has a vein that goes straight to the heart. Y'all know I had to look that up, right? It's a myth. It's a whole lie. Every finger goes to the brain. Every finger. This is pathetic. Okay, who's this? Hey, Miss Chain. All the finger vein that goes to the heart. BB girl, all our veins are connected to our hearts. Okay? Every one of them. But when you want to talk about checkmate, when you want to talk about playing chess and not checkers, see, Laura went there high and mighty, but she got brought down to boop by a man who is used to gambling. This is his lifestyle. So you ain't nothing for him to play with. She takes the ring. She's crying. She's emotional. She's all in love with this man. And I mean, when I say playing, I'm talking about playing. Michael is somewhere in a hotel. We didn't even see Michael in the last couple of days. She was willing to sacrifice her friendship, her relationship with Michael for a beer can. A man that she allowed to fly across the skies, the friendly skies, to come and stay with them. And now she got the ass mhm, with Michael because Michael betrayed her trust and bust her little bubble and exposed her. Now she is desperate for beer can. I believe that this woman really believes that she is in love with beer can. The only thing that she is in is insecurity, and she feels, what is the word that I want to use? She's afraid, she's in fear. Sometimes when you in this situation, y'all, dead for real, when this fight or flight, it's better to flee. It's better to take the flight than to make a decision out of fear. Because she was just afraid. Because Beer Can had the audacity to put her out of her own hotel. Okay? Like straight up. So here we are, right? And now she's engaged to someone. And the first thing, what was the first thing he said? We didn't need fancy boats. We didn't need any of that. All we needed was each other. But as y'all remember, every time you turned around, they were on fancy boats, fancy dining areas, going wine testing. They were doing all kinds of stuff, going to castles and he did all of this and then stands right there and gives her really the truth of his heart. I don't need any of this stuff to book you. He has brought her down to her knees and he don't even have 2 quarters to rub together. He says that he had 3 restaurants that he lost during COVID. I don't even believe that. We were told in the very beginning, right, that none of his family or friends really messed with him. And there's a reason for that. Now, y'all know the tell all is coming up, right? We're going to be able to see how all of this worked out between her and Beer Can. Now, I have heard that TLC has fired him, but until he's fired, he ain't fired. I've heard it, but I don't believe it because they have allowed them to fall to go, first of all, to do the last episode and the tell all. So when did he get fired? Why fire him next season? I don't think he's gotten fired. We need to get the official word, and there has been no official word. If there has, drop it downtown in the comment section so I can see. But she is engaged to him with a freaking thing. And when she told Michael to see if she was going to get a reaction out of Michael. Now she's been wanting to use, it's so funny though. She has been throwing Michael in Beer Can's face to have Beer Can reject Michael, kick Michael to the curb. And he's like, no, he can come over. Oh no, he can go here and there with us. Oh no, he can do this, that, and the other. Knick-knack, paddywhack, give a talk about. It didn't work to try to play these men against one another. It did not work. And like I said, it could not have happened to a better person. Big kids like ain't got no problem. When Michael came through the door, y'all, Michael came through the door to pick Laura up so that they could go to the airport and fly out together. She said that, when Michael had came over, he made sure that he had a flight, was on the same departing flight as her. He came to the house and Big Cam was hugging him. They was dapping each other up and everything. She has this look that she's giving Michael. She's standing up there hesitating. So Michael was like, well, how was your last 24 hours? How was it, love? She stands there, makes some little comment, and then says, oh, we're engaged. Michael was like, what? Oh, your ass was engaged when I met you, and look, you engaged again. So this ain't even her first time at the rodeo. And it's not her first time dragging Michael in the bush. She has really, really used Michael to try to make herself more appealing. Like, she's the one that you got to be fighting for. I'm glad that Michael went over there and cleared his name and let us know that he was not interested in her. And if he was, she wouldn't even be over there with Birkin. And I believe that. I think, from what I've seen on the till all, she's a nasty individual with a smart mouth. Of course, you all know from the video that I provided before that she has drugged both of them, both Birkin and Michael, down the street on Instagram, TikTok, and blackpeoplemeet.com. She's been doing the most. I am ready for this tell all. This seems like this is going to be a good tell all. And I just cannot wait to see it. Anyway, this is the end of my review. I'm going to try to make each one of these videos 15 minutes instead of making 2-hour videos. Okay. I love you all. Thank you all so much for coming. Make sure you get your notification bells on so that when I go live, you'll go live with me, because tonight I'm going to be doing marathon and going through these. Okay. I just wanted to separate them so that, like I said, it wouldn't be a 2-hour video that you'd be trying to listen to. If you're listening to me in your car, I love you. If you're listening to me at your house, I love you too. I love y'all, and until we meet again, y'all be safe out there in the streets and in the water. Tell me what you think in the comments section.